Hey, it's Artistic Nick. Thanks for the click. In tonight's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to draw Marvel superheroes. Hey there guys, Artistic Nick here. Thanks for the click. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be drawing Spider-Man from the Spider-Man movie Homecoming. As you can probably hear, this is actually a voiceover. I found it very difficult to draw this and talk at the same time because this is a really detailed piece. So I thought that I would I'd draw it and then I would do the voiceover afterwards. It's a full body Spider-Man. He's actually holding Captain America's shield, but it's not the biggest of drawings because it's a fairly big drawing, but it takes up a lot of room on the page, and a lot of the details are quite small. So I'm actually using a different pen for this. I'm actually using a brush pen. I got this from a local stationer's. I've actually used the brush end to colour in some of my drawings in videos that I've done before. I think one of them was a Pokemon. I think two Pokemon, Yoshi actually, and a Pokemon. But I'm actually using the other end this time. It's a very fine tip. I didn't feel that the Sharpie pen had a fine enough tip for me to get all the detail in. So as you can see, I'm starting with the head. And the most important thing with Spider-Man to get right is to make sure that you're getting all of the webbing going in the right directions, and they're actually showing the curves over Spider-Man's body. So making sure that we got this absolutely spot on was really important, and that's why I felt that it was better for me to do a voiceover on this rather than try and talk my way through the drawing. It would have made it very difficult. But you can see that Spider-Man's head's taking shape now. We're just getting the webbing in place. I found with this pen it didn't really bleed into the paper, so this might be something that I'll use a little bit more in future. I am sort of looking at it now and seeing that it's not quite as vibrant on the page for the videos. It looks absolutely fine on the piece of paper that I'm, when I'm drawing it, but it's probably not quite as vibrant, like I say, and the lines aren't quite as strong coming over certainly in the video. But I'm taking my time with this. I really had to concentrate on this. It was probably the most difficult superhero tutorial that I've done to date. I think the total video time was about 14.5 minutes. So like I say, I really had to focus with this. So this is very tricky. I would advise you to practice with some of the more simple drawing tutorials before you head on to this one. I mean, by all means, give it a crack, but it was very difficult. The position that Spider-Man was in, the way that his legs were bending, and he's actually holding a shield up over to the left-hand side. It's Captain America's shield. So I think this is a picture from the scene in the Marvel Avengers, I think it was Civil War film, where Spider-Man actually comes and helps the Avengers and sides with Iron Man. So he actually ends up fighting against Captain America. It's a brilliant picture, and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. Like I say, it was just really complicated. I really had to focus. You can probably see my head in some of the shot. When I find that I'm focusing, I'm really concentrating, I do get quite close to the page, just so that I just find that easy to concentrate. I know it doesn't always make for the best video, but it's certainly how I concentrate, and I'm able to get a little bit more detail and control in there. But you can see from the video it's taking shape, and like I say, it's getting this webbing. There's so much webbing on this, particularly when you're doing a full body Spider-Man, and you've just got to make sure that you're getting the webbing going in the right direction. Sometimes the webbing is going over body parts, and it's not a straight line, it's got a curve to it, and if you do manage to get the curve in the right place, it does give the impression that it's going over a shoulder or an arm or a leg or a knee. So this is my, I think I've done a couple of Spider-Man pictures now, which have been added to the Marvel superheroes collections on YouTube. So if you've not seen all of those, go ahead and check them out. I love Spider-Man. I've loved Spider-Man since I was a little boy. I used to have all of the toys and the costumes, and I've recently rewatched the Spider-Man Homecoming movie, which has just been released on DVD here in the UK. So that's a fantastic film, and I just thought that I'd give this this one a go. I do like to push myself and test myself with various different drawings, different angles. I don't like to draw the same thing over and over. And I would advise anybody out there, if you are trying to perfect your drawing technique and learn to draw different things, then think outside the box sometimes. Just go for something that's maybe not quite as easy, or something that you're not comfortable drawing. Give it some practice. Take your time and just try and learn from each drawing. See if you can make the next drawing even better than the one that you did before. That's the way that I certainly approach things. You can see in this video that I do use dots every now and then, just as a reference, as an anchor point. So what I was looking at there, I was trying to find a midsection for where Spider-Man's body comes into this sort of V shape. I guess it's where his six-pack under his suit would be coming. It's got that V shape. So I did draw a little dot, and then from there I could work away from there, the V shapes going up. But you can see this is taking shape quite nicely now. I think this would be a nice drawing to colour in. I might give this a go at colouring in and possibly post the picture up on Instagram. You can get hold of me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. That's at Artistic Nick. It's at Artistic Nick NIK on Facebook, and everything else is N1K. So the YouTube channel, Twitter and Instagram is N1K Artistic Nick. I've recently launched my new website, which is ihowtodraw.com. That's the letter I, and on that website I do go through a little bit more in-depth tutorials, not just on the cartoon drawing but also with the pencil portraits, the pencil graphite, and the realism drawings that I do. If you've not seen any of those videos, please go and check them out. I'm quite proud of some of my work. It's ultimately how I started the YouTube channel, looking at trying to draw photorealistically. So back in 2016 I decided that I wanted to try and draw something that looked photorealistic. As you're doing right now, I went through lots of videos on YouTube, learned some basic skills, and then from there just tried to hone them and find the techniques and skills that work best for me, and try and add a few ideas of my own in. So if you go onto the website, you can see an awful lot of my past drawings, right up to my latest drawings. One of my last drawings that I did in graphite was a very realistic looking stormtrooper from the Star Wars franchise. So you can check that out on the YouTube channel. You can also see that on the website. If this is your first time that you've watched one of my videos, I hope that you're enjoying it. I've not seen an awful lot of English people on YouTube doing what I'm doing. There's quite a few Americans out there doing it. So I do watch cartoons for kids, and there's a cartoon hub for kids as well, which are American chaps. Great channels. Go and check those out if you haven't done already. But I just thought the English slant on things would make things slightly different. I get my inspirations from all over the internet. Things that I see out in nature, photographs that people have taken. One of my favourite reference sites is a site called Pixabay, and there's loads and loads of reference images on there that they're not copyrighted. The photographers that have taken them have given permission for them to be used. So I do find an awful lot of inspiration on sites like that for my realistic drawings. I've drawn an awful lot of my daughters, pets, things like that. So I just like to just test myself out, but I'm really enjoying the cartoon series that I'm doing at the moment. If you've not checked the other series out, I've done a Pokemon series. I think I'm up to 22 Pokemon on there. I'm doing obviously the Marvel superheroes. I've started a DC Universe series. I've done movie characters, horror movie characters, Transformers, Ninja Turtles. So they're a lot of fun to draw. Basically it takes me back to my childhood, so all of those characters that I'm talking about there, as a child I was addicted to Transformers and Ninja Turtles and things like that. So it really does bring back some fond memories for me when I'm drawing these characters. I spent ages as a child trying to draw and master the shapes and forms of Spider-Man, Optimus Prime, the Ninja Turtles, and I thought I was okay back in the day, but I guess that it was looking through a child's eye, and it probably wasn't anywhere near as good as what I can do now. I'm actually quite proud of some of the drawings that I do. I've sold a few of my pieces. I do commissioned work for people as well. If you've got any questions you want to ask me, if you want me to commission a drawing for you and have a look at doing something, then you can get hold of me on the email, which is artisticnick@ihowtodraw.com. That's the letter I, howtodraw.com, artisticnick and that's spelt Nik, as that is my name. You can get hold of me on that. Like I say, you can drop me a comment on the video below. You can even share some of your work on my website. I'd love to see some of the drawings that you've tried to have a go at. Maybe it's been some of the tutorials that I've done. Maybe it's something that you've done off of your own back. It's a character that you've wanted to draw for a while. There are plenty of pages on the website for you to share. It just takes a few clicks of a button. And what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be sharing the best work per month, each month, and I'll give the illustrators, the artists, a shout out on the YouTube channel. So if you want a mention on the YouTube channel and you want your work featured, then just give me drop me a page on the website. There's specific pages. You won't miss it. If you go to the home page, you'll see all about that, and I'll endeavour to get them up there. If there's something you'd like me to draw in future videos, or you've got a question about how we draw something or how I do something, maybe you'd like to know how I'm videoing these, how I'm using the time lapse and whatnot, then I'd be more than happy to give you some advice and help. If you've got some suggestions for the channel, something you'd like me to do, something you'd like me to improve on, then please just drop me a comment, as long as it's constructive. I take all criticism and comments on board and try and adapt. Like I say, I'm quite new to YouTube. I've only really been YouTubing for about 10 months now, but I really don't think that I started YouTubing properly up to about 2 or 3 months ago. So I've really started, I made a promise to myself that I was going to do daily videos, and I've been able to do that so far. So I've been posting, like I say, a daily video so far, and it's been quite a lot of fun. I'm going to be working on some commissioned portraits fairly soon, up till Christmas, for certain people that want me to do something for them for Christmas, for their special ones. So I'll be videoing those. You can have a look at those. And just wanted to thank you guys for checking the YouTube channel out. If you come to the YouTube channel via the website, thank you very much for checking that out as well. Don't forget to go and like my Facebook page. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn the notifications button on. If you do that, you will be notified of new videos that I'm uploading. And like I say, they are coming in thick and fast at the moment. So I am trying to do a daily cartoon video, a daily tutorial, and mixed in with that, you will be getting some of my realistic graphite work. The last one that I did was a realistic glass of water. It was something that I got asked by somebody, how on earth do you draw water? How do you draw glass? Seeing as they're both clear, transparent. So I gave that a go. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. You can check the picture out on Instagram if you go to @artisticnick, that's N1K. You can have a look at that, and you can have a look at all of my work. And I was browsing through my pictures. My first picture that I put on Instagram was on the 22nd of November 2016, so a year tomorrow it will be. It's the 21st of November today, which is a Tuesday, and my first Instagram picture was on the 22nd of November last year. So looking back at my pictures and how I've improved has been quite amazing. I've done an awful lot in the last year. Like I say, I've started to build the YouTube channel where we're up to about 1600 subscribers. So that's fantastic. Thank you so much if you have subscribed. Building the Instagram and the Facebook and the Twitter, it all takes time. And then obviously I've now taken on board 3 weeks ago the website. So my end goal is to try and teach as many people to draw as I can. If I can get people to get as much pleasure out of drawing as I have over the last couple of years, that will be a dream come true. I've learnt so much. I can see things totally differently now. Being colourblind, which I am, it makes a lot of sense to me now. I see things in values and tones. I've had to go at the odd colour picture. I've had to get the help of my daughters to tell me which pens and pencils to use, but that's been quite a lot of fun, bringing it all together during the family. So we're almost towards the end of this video now. I'm just going to have a little go at Ironman Shield. Sorry, not Ironman Shield, it was Captain America's shield, wasn't it, out of the movie. So it's on the side, Spider-Man's holding it. It's quite an iconic picture if you've watched the movie. I would have preferred to have turned the paper around on this to get the angle right, but I just thought for viewing angles, it would have been better for me just to try this. The star's not perfect in a second, as you'll see, but overall I'm really happy with how this has turned out. So before we get to the end, I just wanted to thank you once more for finding me on YouTube. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and like the Facebook page, Instagram. Go and check me out on my new website, which is ihowtodraw.com. That's the letter I, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again. Hit subscribe, smack the notifications button, follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.